You voted for Saul, baby. Now you shock the kingdoms in chaos? You weren't worried when he was lying on stage. Wasn't tripping when he mocked the disabled, disrespected women, and flirted with white nationalism like he was a Tinder match. You just kept saying, it won't affect me. But now your rent's up, your Medicaid's gone, and your daughter can't even get birth control without a full legislative inquisition. Let me be clear. Trump is Saul. This ain't even politics. It's prophecy. 1 Samuel chapter 8. The people beg for a king. God said, fine, but don't cry when he taxes your babies and enslaves your sons. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. The people wanted power. They got a plague. They wanted a man in charge. They got a puppet with a gold-plated mic and a Bible he don't even read. See, God didn't appoint Saul. He allowed him. Because sometimes the only way to wake up a nation is to let it choke on the thing it worshiped. So now, here we are, watching y'all argue over bills you never read while Trump Saul signs away your future with a fake smile and a crooked pen. And the irony, 70% of y'all who voted for him are the ones suffering most. Food stamps gone, prenatal care cut, and that small town clinic that used to keep your mama alive closed. This is what happens when ego votes louder than empathy, when racism is more important than righteousness. But for those who can see, for the Davids out there in the field still faithful with the sheep, don't lose heart, because even when Saul sits on the throne, God is still king. Let us pray. Father, we see the injustice, the corruption, the heartbreak, but we choose not to be afraid. We know this Saul wasn't sent to destroy us, but to expose the idols among us. So strip away what's fake, cover the innocent, and raise up the Davids. Let your justice roll like a mighty river and remind your children that your kingdom still reigns, no matter who holds the mic. In Jesus' name, amen.
On us every weekend, oh, the vibe's so fine. Saturday, sit down with Mr. Drayton. Shine!
You are now locked in to the Saturday Sit Down with the talented Mr. Drayton. Your favorite place for the best conversations. We're talking news, politics, entertainment, and possibly the ever so rare nipple slip. You are now locked in with the talented Mr. Drayton, and this is the Saturday Sit Down.
I say it every Saturday, but you really shouldn't have. It's a little bit disingenuous that I still say that, because you should have, because it's a part of the kick. Anyway, wait, I gotta adjust my new mic over here. Oh, can everybody hear me? I got a new mic, y'all. I love it. Oh, Swag, is everything okay over there? Oh, I have a new mic. You love that. Psych, we're just kidding, because y'all think I stole everything when I was in Tijuana. Listen,
mic up, y'all.
But what did happen was I kept the Amazon man busy as I ordered everything I saw at Swag's house. So
yeah, it's awesome.
It is. My Malcolm, you need I didn't know I needed this. I didn't know I
understand. I do.
And you know what I mean? It's like you go there and he got all kind of cool shit in the lab. You're like, fuck. No, it's more money I got to spend. I didn't know I needed that. Welcome to the Saturday Sit Down with your man, Gregory the Talented Mr. Drayton, a.k.a. Alice's baby boy. Today is Saturday, September the 13th, year of our Lord, 2025. And what a busy week we had. We're going to start. It's you know, there's the obvious news and there's the other news of we're about to enter World War III. We're going to talk about Poland. Of course, we're going to talk about the assassination and the alleged arrest of a suspect But I cannot do this alone. Thank you for tuning in. And hey there, Mr. Franklin. Behold, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, I keep saying, because I've done this show for years in the morning. So right. Shout out to the mother in the hat. She was giving us a Sunday sermon that I needed. I've seen that clip 1,000 times before, but it never held such relevance as this week. Okay, Malcolm, I thought you weren't gonna trigger me, Malcolm, with food. There you go with that. Why am I using the word assassination? Okay, you're gonna get blocked because it was an assassination.
Well, actually, they are making a point that, like, why are we using that word? Because this is a person that didn't hold political office. So,
but you don't have you don't have to be a political. You don't have to hold a.
I understand, but that is an argument that people are making. It's like by using that word, it's almost kind of making it political when it really doesn't.
I was just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but assassination basically is when someone is a public figure. It doesn't mean that they're.
I'm just. Hold on, Malcolm. I was just kidding. I'm not going to block you.
I'm telling you what the kids are saying. So
I understand. I'm just saying they should look it up.
I'm just kidding. I wasn't going to block you.
Martin Luther King was assassinated. He never held public office. So.
Right, and that's why I called it assassination, because they always say.
And he was an important person on the right. It should be noted that he was more than just a political commentator. He was an activist.
Like I'm not. I mean, I don't fuck with him, and I don't. But I mean, I can't. I don't know. So
he had an organization with more than 1,000 chapters in different colleges around the country. It was not.
Put up these last two comments, and I think you're right, new friend. The word is seriously way, and then in the next one, and the word comes. Yeah. So okay. So let's just say murder. You are correct, new person there. Yeah. That is correct. So I'm not. Let's just say the murder of Charlie Kirk. Boy, they are kirking out. But the first thing I want to get to, let's not forget the order of the show. Malcolm, you said you were not going to tease me with food.
I didn't say that.
I'm going to turn up. I'm going to turn. You said you would spare me smacking in the evening.
Not to. I'm going to finish eating them.
Malcolm said he gonna get his food in.
Fuck you, Greg. Host this fucking show, and that's what he just said. Well, I'll come to you last, friend. Let you finish eating, as I'm starving right now. I'm just kidding. Let's go ahead and start down there in Tijuana with a cat and a sewing machine and lots of doodads, gadgets, and hoohickeys that I want. My man Swag for Life himself. Tuesday nights on 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this very, very network. Tuesday nights have never been the same. We're going to ask the question, are the straights okay? Are the gays okay? The answer to that question is a resounding no. Each and every week, we find new problems in each community. So, how are you doing, sir?
I am doing well. Thank you very much for having me, as always. And yes, Malcolm, you're making me hungry too. So
I'm done.
I get it. You got to get that food in when you can. So.
Right. I mean, he is getting it. It's totally delicious. I don't know what the fuck he. What did you have, Malcolm?
It's lunchtime somewhere.
I had a double quarter pounder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, with the onions or without the onions?
With the onions.
Okay. So, I'm old now, so I think about the heartburn quotient whenever I order food. It's like, oh, how much heartburn is that going to cause?
I don't have to do that.
Is it worth it? Yeah, sometimes you just fuck it. It's
yeah.
And you just go ahead and go on with it. Just fucking go on with the heartburn quotient. Well, while I'm talking to you, how are you today, friend? Welcome to the show. You are Wednesday nights on Malcolm the Philosopher King, 7 p.m. as always. 7 p.m. here at M3 is a magical hour where we sit down and talk to each other. 7 p.m. Wednesdays, Malcolm the Philosopher King. He will soothe your soul after Swag makes you think and choke on life, and Malcolm and grosses you out. Malcolm fixes you and sends you back into the world.
I am the chaos, and therapist.
We're playing the lineup. We did yin and yang, so you guys will be okay. I just want you to know. But no, it's a rip roaring good time. And if you also cannot get enough of this beautiful face over here, you can catch him Fridays with new episodes of the Bear M3 Presents the Bearcast, hosted by him. There are tons of episodes in the can, so if you want to go back, but there are new episodes. I used to be involved in this, but we turned the taping into Mondays with Malcolm and Greg and Malcolm. You can catch us both together at 3 p.m. on Mondays right here on this very network. 3 p.m. in the afternoon, work schedule permitting, travel schedule permitting, life permitting. But I did, Malcolm, I did notice that I missed you this week. I did. I was like, oh no, it's terrible. Because I just feel it's almost like it's private time we get to spend together because we just talk to each other. There's nobody else on the program. We don't have guests. It's just we just talk to each other. He triggers me. I get upset. And it's over. Just a synopsis of the show. Now, speaking of the show, let's get to it. One of my favorite segments, not episodes, in the world. It took us forever to get this thing up and running and together. Ladies and gentlemen, M3 and myself, the talented Mr. Drayton, Alice's baby, presents the Black News. Let's go.
This is Black News.
I felt like Flip Wilson. Out of sight, baby. Out of sight. And just to answer a viewer's question, I think that is 1970s Philadelphia. So, yeah, I did a little research. They were like, oh, when did that footage get? It's 1970s Philadelphia. I don't know if the people in it are Philadelphians. I don't know. But there you go. So, a lot of news to get to today. A lot of depends on where you fall on it. Some people, I don't know. But I'm going to start off with the second story is the murder of Charlie Kirk. But the first story I want to talk about is why in the hell did they lock down HBCUs? Yeah, because as you see now, we weren't really involved in the situation. So do we have something to go with that? Okay, go ahead.
White individuals are actually more likely to be attacked by black individuals in this country.
So black colleges are being threatened because a white man potentially killed a white man. Am I saying that right? Yeah, it just sounds dumb because it is dumb. White people, tap in. Help me out. I would like for white people to make some sense of it. White men got picket signs talking about white men fight back. White men fight back! White men fight back! Fight who? Fight each other? Everybody knows that the only potential suspect that they got is a white man who killed. How did black people get in there? They even did nothing. Charlie Kirk say some of the nastiest things about black people, only to get killed by a white person. Why are these white men running around talking about white men fight back? Fight who? Was it black people there fighting like that out in Idaho? Were there even black people at the rally? Thugs and gangsters? Because that's how Charlie Kirk refers to us. Stop me when I get the line. This is how he refers to us. Let's talk about why these children at these HBCUs are on lockdown. These young adults, why are these kids being threatened? And this is nothing to play with because there's been a great number of school shootings in the past years, and guess what? They've all been white males. I'm spitting facts, not opinion. What do these black colleges have to do with this?
So I want to also be noted that there were 2 school shootings on the day that Kirk died. So I don't know. So I was trying to make sense of this. And several have received death threats. You are correct, sir. And it's Malcolm, I'm trying to make sense of this. And I'm trying to understand why in the hell we over here boot scooting and listening to Beyonce. What in the fuck?
Well, you have to remember who liked him. So this is the thing. I didn't really even know who Charlie Kirk was.
Lucky you.
I know, right? I've seen his face. I've heard some of his stuff. But when someone says the sorts of things that he does, I just turn away. I don't pay it any mind.
Because you're fucking awesome. I need your skills.
Or I'm sensitive, and I know I don't want to have a bad day. But I've been having some bad days because I was curious as to why people were, celebrating his death because some people were, other people just not showing empathy. And so I heard some of the things he said, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. Like you said, some really awful things. And I didn't even go down the rabbit hole that far. I'm just skimming the surface, and you're pretty awful. And I'm sort of sad for that because there's such a huge audience for that, and for those people who liked him, they were already ready to use his death as a launching pad for reprisals and for revenge, even though they had, from the get-go, a suspect that looked white. When they finally did catch the person, because I think their father turned them in or whatever. Yes. He was a 22-year-old white man from Utah. People are trying to pin him down on some sort of political ideology, which it really doesn't matter. The guy was radicalized online, like most of these people are.
Right.
And the only thing I can say is that Charlie Kirk advocated for the types of policies that got him killed, right?
Exactly.
He advocated for unlimited gun usage. He advocated for, said himself that, some people have to die in order to protect the Second Amendment.
Exactly. And that's why I'm not shedding a tear, because my thing is, well, you advocate for this. You asked for this. You're perfectly fine with saying, hey, if a couple people got to be pew.
And Swag, we have the actual quote, don't we? That he said, yes, go ahead, because we were gonna all put it up in the same situation, but
I don't think we do have that.
We don't. It's in red, I think. No. Okay. Yeah, no. But the actual quote is, if some people have to die for our Second Amendment rights, I'm sorry, I'm okay with that. Well, he was okay with it. And Malcolm, you know what I'm okay with? People getting what they want.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Well, I'll tell you this too, like when people try to pin down the motives of a shooter, like it really doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, the Democrats and liberals in general have been opposed to the proliferation of weapons because some people are just crazy. Like their motives don't matter. They're not connected to reality. And what we need is to not make it so easy for them to, inflict damage on people.
Right. One of the viewers over here said he's a sacrifice, but the original question was, what is it? Why do we have to turn to black people?
Because they're anti-black.
So you're gonna call black schools and you threaten black schools, and that's the thing.
People who liked him, and that's what's so disturbing about it, is that he managed to be mainstream and radical at the same time, right? Like he managed to do like the sort of dog whistle, but also like it's out in public, right out in front. And so everybody who was upset by his death, that makes sense to me because he was like the head of an organization that was just anti-black, right? So
and not anti-immigrant, anti-woman, like some of the things that we're gonna put up some he was anti. And the thing I keep hearing, well, he was a father, bitch. So was Martin Luther King. Had 3 children. So was George Floyd. So was Malcolm X. So was JFK. So was RFK. You know what I mean? So was goddamn. If you want to talk about it, go way back. So was Lincoln. I mean, listen. We are the only country in the world with this problem with guns. Here's a quote. It is worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment. Charlie Kirk, April 6, 2023.
And I think the reason I feel like that's so poetic that he said that is that, a lot of people are fine with that. A lot of people are saying, it's worth that cost as long as me and mine don't have to pay that cost. You're fine when, it's somebody else that has to deal with that. You're fine when it's not your loved ones. You're fine when it's not your family members. It's fine when it's not somebody within your orbit that has to pay that cost. But when it's your own, then all of a sudden it's like, but wait a minute, that's what's supposed to happen to me. And I think that's the reason why I find it kind of the height of hypocrisy to say that, because again, a lot of people are saying, yeah, I'm perfectly fine with paying that cost as long as I don't have to pay it. Let somebody else have to deal with it. We have school shootings that happen on a regular basis, and the best we can come up with is thoughts and prayers. Like, okay, these kids didn't ask for this. You want to talk about the innocence of somebody having to pay the cost. These kids didn't ask for this,
right?
But yet,
absolutely.
Every 2 shootings happened that same day, and we're talking about this rather than talking about those shootings. So yeah, it's kind of crazy.
But on top of that, I would say even now, none of them are ever going to blame the guns themselves, even though at this point, this guy is as much a part of their community as anyone could be, even if he turns out to be, on the liberal side for whatever reason. He's still very much ensconced in like white gun culture, which is why the reason why he was able to get a gun so easily. And
well, we actually have video of that and kind of some of the backstory about him and his family, and it all lines up to who he is.
Yeah. And this is going to tell you who he is exactly. Go ahead and run that, and just pay attention to what
recent
you see.
Authorities now, of course, looking into Tyler Robinson's background, his social media posts, his experience with guns. He was from a family of hunters, and police tonight saying a family member describing Tyler Robinson's alleged recent frustration with politics and hate. He's now expected to face those state charges. And here's Pierre Thomas.
Tonight, a portrait emerging of Tyler Robinson, the 22-year-old Utah man who authorities say assassinated Charlie Kirk. Social media tells part of his story. His family included hunters, people very familiar and comfortable with guns. He comes from a middle-class Mormon family. Robin's mother is a social worker. His father recently ran a kitchen countertop business. Though he did not have military experience, sources tell ABC News they believe Robinson was proficient with firearms and had enough skill to make a long-distance shot from an elevated perch. And today the governor alleged that the suspect wanted to literally use bullets to send messages. Here's what the governor said was on the shell casings recovered from that single bolt action rifle believed to have been used in the attack.
Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" ! Catch! !
Another shell casing referencing an Italian anti-fascist folk song. The engravings appear to point to a man consumed by internet culture. Robinson also used the encrypted messaging app Discord to communicate, a popular messaging tool used by young people that has been repeatedly tied to young men engaged in horrific acts of violence. Discord releasing a statement today acknowledging Robinson did have an account with their platform, since deleted, but say they found no evidence the suspect planned this incident or promoted violence on their platform. Christian Schwierman was the custodian at Robinson's grade school and has known the Robinson family for over 16 years, describing the suspect as smart.
He's part of our neighborhood, I saw him grow up, yet I would have never thought that.
Keaton Brooksby has known Robinson since middle school.
I knew his family had firearms. I knew he shot all the time. There was pictures all over his family's Facebook of him with firearms. Everyone in St. George has them. It's a very conservative town.
David, as you heard, authorities say Tyler Robinson, described by family and friends as smart, came home more concerned about politics, that he told a family member Charlie Kirk was coming to campus. That family member describing Kirk as full of hate. David?
Pierre Thomas on the
Wow.
Yeah. And so in that scenario, they're never going to actually blame the culture of guns for that. Because
and that's what, but ABC, Malcolm did a really good job of it without saying it. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. I think ABC, the way that story was framed was they kept saying, "Oh, he's a member of the hunting culture."
Yeah, and they're never going to blame it because the fact is, anyone can have this sort of radicalization online, but if you don't have access to guns, you're not going to get anyone killed for it. It is bad that people are so radicalized on on different platforms and connect with other people who are fucked up in the head.
And that is right and left people.
Yeah, it is right and
It's
left.
not
In this
just,
case, it
it's
happens
not
to be on
just
the left.
right.
Right. They're concerned about the rise of fascism in the United States, which is not actually that crazy, but it is crazy to take that to violence. Like, that is fucking insane. I'm sorry.
That is now. Let me tell you, I spent a whole week. I got a cramp in my hand for typing. I spent a whole week saying the point is this. This is the point. Violence. This is never going to do anything.
If anything, it just
proves the point of the person that you shot. Excuse me.
Basically, it elevated his message beyond anything.
Any way that it's going to be right.
Yeah.
Well, we're back at point one because it's going to, it'll gin up one side, it's going to gin up the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if I was going to break it down into segments, but fuck it. My whole thought process is that we're all in some form of grief. You know what I mean? We're all in some form of grief. And this is when it all comes to a head. And when you're in grief, you tend to go home and grieve with your loved ones. You get in your pocket, you get in your clan, in your community, and whatever your belief system is. And we did the same thing here on the left. We did the same thing. We rallied around each other. I mean, unfortunately, the president of the United States is not making it any better with his orange taco tits ass, big swollen cankle, motherfucking leather orange cankles, McTaco tits, motherfucker. And the thing is, in the same, I think it was 3 months ago, a lawmaker in where was she? I'm sorry, I do apologize. Where her husband was killed. Minnesota. Thank you so much. I apologize. Minnesota, you're absolutely right. Her husband and the dog were killed for political motive.
Yeah.
Trump didn't say a word. There was no thoughts and no prayers. There was no, and we can take it back to goddamn Nancy Pelosi's husband was beat in the head with a hammer. Now, Mark, my man Mark from DC, that says it's that special kind of justice. But I don't know. This eye for an eye shit doesn't seem to be. It's not.
It makes us all less safe. By the way, his death makes all of us less safe. It does.
It does. And so I had to travel. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, all the days are running together. I'm sorry, and I was heightened. I was on alert. I was like, if some Yahoo get on this motherfucking Amtrak, what do I need to know where my exits are? You know what I mean? I never had that thought before in my life. I've been all over the world, and I've been in some unsafe places. I have been in some places that were, when I got there, the war was over, but there was former war zones. I have never had that thought in my own country.
Yeah,
and I was so sad by that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say a friend of mine posted on Facebook. She said she wasn't going to share this, but she said she was pumping gas on Friday, and somebody drove up right beside her, yelled some racial slurs, and then drove off. And it's just like, she's like, in all the time I've been here, that has never happened to me before. And a lot of people are attributing that to, like, I mean, this is rising, the racial tensions in America. And again, it's just like, and the thing is, again, we didn't have nothing to do with it. Like, we weren't on campus. The shooter wasn't one of us. We had nothing to do with it. But for some reason, this is now marked a race war where they're coming at us. It's just like, but we didn't have shit to do with this. What does it got to do with black people?
Right, but like Malcolm said, it amplifies his message. His message was hate.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
His message was hate. So they want to carry on his thing.
And
me myself. Go ahead.
And I do hate the fact that people like him were so normalized.
Yes.
Like the fact that he has these organizations on 1,000 campuses around the country.
Right.
He was able to speak in this sort of political neutral terms, but also the little dog whistle that, like, we really are white supremacists. We really are patriarchal. We are Christian nationalists, as he would put it, you know. And
Yeah, I don't even think it's dog anymore.
yeah, it's not even dog whistle, but it allowed them access in ways that true hate groups don't get, you know. And that's what's so disturbing.
Wow. Sean, what's up, baby? Florida is in the building. Now Republicans are pushing for a monument statue of Charlie Kirk to be installed in the Capitol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's when I'm gonna take my ass outside and protest.
You know, I was just thinking, I heard this person put it this way. I would put money on the idea that there will be a statue of Trump in Washington.
Oh yeah.
Before the end of his term. Very much.
Oh, but I cannot wait till it gets removed.
Of course,
so
it'll be
yes,
but it's going to be very, very.
I get it, but put it up there. Put it up there, because please God, I can't wait.
There's going to be a statue of dear leader, and the Republicans will love it.
What's up, J Rock? I cannot wait to see the vandalism.
Go throw some cheeseburgers
please, please put it up there.
I love it. Oh God, that was perfect.
Please, yes.
Chef's kiss hamburger.
Wait, just
because there were these reports of him when Trump got mad throwing hamburgers at the wall or spaghetti. Like we need, yeah.
And so we have other news that we're going to report on.
I'm sorry,
includes Trump. No, but we're going to finish it because we have. This is important, and this is because So back to what I was. My synopsis of grief and collective grief is when you don't know what to do. So poor white people are feeling poor and empowered. They don't know what to do. So you run to racism. But fortunately, Black people and people of color generally, because some Latino people are off the rails. And let me speak to my Latino people right quick. Can I get a full screen?
You sure can.
Thank you so much. Dear Latino family, because your skin is light, you are not white. You will never have proximity to whiteness. Honey, you are brown. You were born that way. Some of you are from countries with dictators and fascist. This is how this begins. You get here and you learn how to speak perfect English, or you may be second generation American. You will never be white. You're going to be a spick and a foreigner and a Mexican always. I don't care how much you lighten your skin or make your hair blonde or vote for Donald Trump. It doesn't matter, baby. You are still brown. You are still a spick. I am still half spick and half nigga. That's what I am to them. And you will never. So stop teaching your kids because you have conservative views. You belong with them. They will never treat you like them. The minute they found out your name is Gonzalez or Perez or any of those things, I just want to let you know. Thank you. That's been my mail meeting, my minute for today. I just want them to know. Like, you will never be white. Cubans, you see? All y'all are being shipped back to Cuba. Do you see? Venezuelans, they are notorious. Do you understand?
Right.
But anyway, so back to what I was saying. Like, dude, you will never, ever. We have been in this country for 400 years. Bitches been dyeing their skin. And Indian people are a perfect example of the classism because of color. The darker Indians are slaves and serfs, and they always treat like second class citizens, so they bleach their skin. Their idea of beauty in Bollywood is Priyanka Jonas, you know what I mean, and people like that, and it's never good. It doesn't end well. Yeah. It doesn't end well for you. You don't, the leader of the Proud Boys is of color, and he's still in jail. And the white boys are free. It don't matter. It don't matter what you do for them. You are still nigga. Like Jay-Z, still nigga. I'm telling you. So anyway, so the thing I came up with was, just the collective grief. And Malcolm, I was really concerned how I felt in public, in a crowd. You know what I mean? How I felt. Now I live in one of the blackest places on the planet. Next to Africa, there's Atlanta.
Yeah, I heard someone make this point. We got really lucky that he got shot in Utah and not in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been fucking awful.
But there, he doesn't have. There's no place for him to congregate in most states. Most of his organizations, there are 1,000 of his unit, but they're smaller. So he will congregate in white places, like those are the bigger audiences for him. And I don't, I don't feel bad for his wife because she married him, but the kids, they didn't. They're too young to know. They didn't ask for any of this.
Yeah.
I just hope, they don't grow up with hate. But a white man has killed your father. So let's talk about that white on white crime and send the National Guard out to Utah. All that crime going on. Yeah, all that white on. We're gonna talk about this white on white crime. They killing motherfucking and it's always high profile killings. It's always insurance motherfuckers. CEOs. It's nefarious things. But
and Charlie Kirk did say statistically it would be more likely for a white person to be unalived by a black person. So
he went to Utah. He wasn't worried, right? Because he was at home with his people, Malcolm.
That's just not true. Yeah, he did peddle a lot of lies that probably got black people killed because
exactly.
I'm sure white people did believe this idea that black people were inherently violent and threatening to white people, which is just not true. Yeah.
He's famous for like going, doing these debates and stuff like that, and that's always been one of his talking points is that black people are so dangerous because we're the murder rate is so high for black on black crime than it is for everybody else. But that's a statistic that's always been disproven because it's not being read correctly. It's like
not being read correctly.
They were looking at arrest, and as we know, black people are
arrested at like 6 times,
and we're more likely.
It might be 7 or 8, Malcolm,
than everybody else. But we're also more likely to be, accused of something that we didn't do. We have the highest. What do they call
conviction
it?
rate? Yeah,
we have the highest convict or overturning a conviction rate because it turns out not to be us. So, but that's a statistic that he likes to use a lot, and unfortunately, he's very good at debating people who are not good at debating.
Was.
But it's also true that debates also just show you that they don't help elevate the truth.
Right.
Skills at debating do not really get to the truth of things. They're techniques, and he was good at it. Yeah,
he was good at it. So, I'm going to end this story by quoting the great Shaggy, the great Shaggy. It wasn't me. It wasn't us. So there you go. That's all I got to say, nigga. Shit. In other news this week, dear leader, Orange McTaco, Kankles McTaco Tits himself, was at a 9/11 memorial with him and his mail order bride, Melania, suck a dick on camera for some money, Trump. And people are concerned at how the president looks these days. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage and never forget 9/11. Those thousands of people got killed that we completely forgot about this year because one asshole got unalived. So,
America has stopped to remember 9/11. 24 years on, the trauma of the terror attacks is still raw. Relatives of the 2,977 victims read their names aloud in New York, Virginia, and Pennsylvania.
We love and miss you every day till we meet again.
Amid the horror of that morning, some used cell phones and office lines to whisper their final words to those who mattered most.
Each year, new names are added to the death toll, with first responders dying from the air they breathed working at Ground Zero.
Do we have a still shot of McTaco Tits' face? Now, take a look at this. This is not AI. I don't know. So my thing is, people's like, oh, Taco Tits had a stroke. I think he fucked up his body. He had a Botox shot the day before we went in public, and I think maybe it made his face droop. If he had a stroke, God bless him. But the people are saying that his health is bad. Now they are in a conundrum on the right. Conundrum is they have passed a very unpopular bill, and that's all they've done. That's all they've done. And people are still suffering. Has anybody been to the grocery store lately? Shit is off the Richter scale. You cannot leave McDonald's with a fucking combo of any sort. It's $20 motherfucking dollars. The grandbaby asked me for what the kids meal, and I was like, it's too many of y'all. No, we're gonna go home and eat
I
house
saw that
food.
shit. It
We
was
got
like
McDonald's
$12. They had this,
I
this
said it, Malcolm. I said it.
The McDonald Land meal. I saw that shit on the app. It was like $12. I was like,
really?
Yes.
Wow.
I was like, $12.
Yes. So listen, my man Mark Hogan lives in DC. He said it will be vandalized.
I'm like, I would. No kids meal is $12, man. I'm like, what
yes. AG, what's up, baby boy? Listen.
I said, no, like what, like $1.99 or something like that?
Listen,
$12?
$12. It looks nice though. It does have. It's nice.
It's nice, but Marco, you not no. I did.
I
Like
mean,
my mama
it
did.
is nice. You get a toy. It's like one of the old school ways. It's not just paper. It's like a real.
It was a toy that you could play with that's gonna last. Yeah.
Yeah, it is
But
like a real nice toy. But
swag, it was too many. It was the great nieces and nephews. It was the grandbabies. It was too many. It was too many. So I never thought I would say this. Now we're gonna go home and make hamburgers. No.
I'm glad they brought back the real toys, though. I mean, that's nice.
Right.
Still,
Malcolm, you're not making this better for me. You're not making this better for Paw. Okay, no.
I will say though, it's kind of funny. I've seen on TikTok, because when you were growing up, you asked for McDonald's, and your mom always say, "You got McDonald's money." I've seen some videos of some kids ask for McDonald's, and the parents like, "You got some McDonald's," and they throw some money at them, be like,
I love it. And then they play like some Jay-Z or something.
Yeah, that's it. You got shit.
I love it. Yeah, that's great.
What do you do? And then, so it's just like, yo, shit is high. So there was some economic. Did we pull the economic stories? I don't think I did. No, about shit being too high. Okay, so let me just say I didn't pull the story because it's too much news and I just couldn't keep up with it because I'm an old man trying to keep up with current shit. There you go. But in economic news came out this week, and of course we are barreling towards stagnant inflation. Let me tell you something. There is a difference between regular inflation and stagnant inflation. Stagnant inflation is super. It's like inflation on steroids. And because there is that stagnant inflation led to the Great Depression. And what happens in stagnant inflation is there's no way out of it. That's why they call it stagnant. There's if we do this or if we do that. Yeah.
Basically, the difference is typically, markets go up and down and they swing back and forth. But like you were saying, stagflation is where it goes in one direction and it stays there for
because there's
because like if you have a recession, the stock price of things drops, right? And rich people love to buy shit when it's cheap because that's how you make money. And so in a way, the irony of like Trump fucking up the economy is that it's actually good for rich people because they can.
Well, he's fucking it for himself. Yeah, that's what he's
doing. If you got a lot of money, you can then buy up all these companies that are going broke.
Now the other problem with that is, Malcolm, in other bad news is that the everything he said he would do, he did not do. So basically, the inflation, the new claims, there were 228,000 new unemployment claims. What happened to so much winning? Were we winning yet? And that's the worst in 4 years. Congratulations to him. Gas prices have went up over 15 cents nationwide. So congratulations, Mr. President. Food prices have this month. No. We're not talking about 8 months ago. This month by 10%. Congratulations, Mr. President. Now, with that said, we're gonna as a society, as a people, we're gonna have to buckle up because I'm gonna put on my financial planner hat. Listen, you're gonna have to, those nights out are gonna have to be treats, and you're gonna be some coupon clipping, and there's gonna be some austerity is on the way, party people. Now, how can we combat this? Vote. next November we can make him a lame duck president and get rid of all of this, because the stock market will feel better if he's neutralized. I know when he got in office, they were like, yeah, it's going to get better. But now that they did not, they realized that it's not going to get better. Things will get better. Just neutralize him. So just vote. That's all I'm going to say. Just to let you know. In further news, Russia continues to fly drones in Poland. And Poland has enacted Article 4. So that Article 4, if you do not know, is help from basically the panic button from your homies. You know what I mean? So they have enacted Article 4, and we are still a member of NATO. So we have to go. We haven't pledged anything, of course, but the rest of Europe has. And let's not forget, Vladimir Poontang, as my homegirl on the internet likes to call him, is still flying drones in Alaskan airspace. And Alaska is, I don't know. They're just like, they're not. Of course, they're up in arms. He may be the first. Jody Ernst is, bitch, you about to lose your job. Anyway, and all those, I mean, what can you say? What can you say to all of those things? So, in this, stay tuned for more in the week for Mail Media Mind Minutes. We're going to get the schedule down. I'm sorry, we we're shaking there. So each weekday, for about a few minutes of your time, we present the news of the day to you on a Mail Media Mind Minute, presented by all of our shining faces. So wherever you are on social media, you're going to see us once a day. And hopefully Tuesday you'll see me with a haircut, because I look like I'm looking homeless. It's okay. I'm all right with I'm okay with that. It costs $100 to walk out the door. Yep, $100 to walk out your house. It does. You're not getting it back. You're not getting it back. So Vladimir Poontang is about to walk all over. Well, he's going to try to walk all over Europe, but I don't know. I think he's thinking there was some austerity measures all over the world, and he had enough support, but he doesn't. So I don't think we're going to necessarily have a World War III, but we'll who knows? I don't know what kind of
it's complicated.
I don't know what dick he's sucking behind the scenes. So we'll see. We'll see. Good luck, Keiko's Big Taco Tits. And sidebar, I don't know. Y'all just keep us all in prayer. And if you're going through grief, see a counselor. If you miss, I think we're all missing safety factor. If you don't feel safe, talk to somebody about it. And that causes us to lash out. But let me also give the advice. You do not have to have empathy or sympathy for someone who did not have sympathy or empathy for you. We're going to, in this next segment, we're going to put up some things that Charlie Kirk actually said. You want to start? I mean, we're gonna read some of them. Martin Luther King Jr. was awful. He is not a good person. Charlie Kirk. You can take it down. Okay, we'll go. We'll do it all. Yeah, we can do it all together. That's fine. Yeah, no problem. When Nancy Pelosi's husband was beaten with a hammer, Charlie Kirk encouraged his audience to post bail for the attacker. Oh, we did do a jobless claims number. Okay, so, and the thing that I keep hearing, and I'm going to read all of this out loud because I'm petty. Oh, he was so young when he was taken down. But you know who else was young? George Stentley was 14. Malcolm X was 39. Fred Hampton was 21. Medgar Evers was 37. Oscar Grant was 22. Tamir Rice was 12. Trayvon Martin was 17. Trayvon Martin, bag of Skittles, was 17. Michael Brown, NYC incident, 18. Stephen Clark was 22. Elijah McClain was 23. Ahmaud Arbery, 25. Breonna Taylor was 26 when they busted her motherfucking house and shot and killed her in the great state of Kentucky. Sandra Bland was 28. Rika Boyd, 22. Sean Bell was 23. Ika Garley, 28. Freddie Gray, remember Freddie Gray? 25. Camila Gray, 16. Thank you, Sway. Mm-hmm. Yeah. young, gone.
Right.
Gone.
Yeah, it is interesting that
right.
You know, the killings haven't stopped just because we turned our attention towards Trump and his fascist takeover of Washington. Like the killings have been going on. It's just like they still are happening.
Yeah.
So,
you know, and the sad thing is, you know, I get it. We feel hopeless and we move on to other things as a culture, and we do. But we mustn't. I mean, I cannot press upon you. We for the time that we can keep it, we still have a democracy.
Yeah.
And so the idea of I can fuck with your vote is enough to make people not want to vote. But if we vote in mass numbers, they can't fuck with it. That's what happened when the President Obama won. It was so overwhelming and resounding. You cannot. So we have to vote in droves. We have to make it unmistakable that this is not what the people want.
Right.
So listen, and I cannot press upon you enough. Now, the thing about some of those quotes, and he also said something that former First Lady Obama, Ketanji Brown Jackson, who was the third black woman? Sheila Jackson Lee, were all DEI hires, and because they cannot stand up on their own and didn't have the brains.
Right.
Now, if you, in case you didn't know, this is a motherfucker that dropped out of community college.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
No bona fides, no. Speaking out of flunking, jumping out of community college, Barron Trump was kicked out of college. So
was he?
He was.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I just want to put that out there. So we have created another. He's gonna be mad. And his father's gonna have him blaming the left, I'm sure. Let me see.
Oh, he also said that about Joy Reid too.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. What was this here?
Yeah.
The most inactive person. Yeah.
That is, yeah.
You know, and
I mean, that is
and
so typical though, like you were saying, that somebody with zero credentials
motherfucking row. Bitch, you have made
some of the most accomplished.
Right.
Because they did
I'm
put
not
it
a
out there
fan
that Ketanji Brown Jackson was literally the most accomplished Supreme Court justice in history.
Ever.
Yes.
In history.
And yeah. They talk about like her experience was better than any Supreme Court justice.
Let's also not forget that he also said if he got on a plane and the pilot was black, he would question the pilot's credentials.
Oh God, I forgot about that one. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna feel unsafe and hope he's qualified.
Right.
I hope that his plane to hell or whatever transportation he takes to hell is piloted
I don't know
or
if you
driven
want
by
to play
black
this
person.
one now, but do you want to play what he said about Beyonce?
Yes, because that was next.
All right.
Look at Malcolm. Not Beyonce.
You want me to play? I'm
Go ahead. Yeah, please.
Like Beyonce, even though she's, I guess, one of the biggest music stars ever, I find her music to be awful, unlistenable, and just, quite honestly, just noise. It's not music. It's disgusting.
It feels so good to be alive. Got all my family by my side. Couldn't wipe this black off if I tried. That's why I lift my head with pride.
That's so mean. I love it.
I love it too.
I'm sorry. I'm being petty. I'm sorry.
No, so mean. Oh, shame on you.
You're welcome. Fuck y'all. Fuck you.
Say what you want.
Oh, harmonizing the petty. Oh my God.
It is.
Thank
you know. Again, you don't have to like her, but if you don't like her music, just don't listen to it. That's fine.
Yeah.
She don't care. Like there are plenty.
She
of
don't care. Her and her husband are worth $3 billion.
And we'll buy her tickets and we'll buy her albums and we'll enjoy it. There's a lot of artists out there that I don't like, but I don't sit around and trash them online. It's just like I just don't listen to them
Because she's a threatening black woman. But you know, her and her husband and them rich ass kids they got. are worth a cool $3 billion. You know what I mean? They're worth more than your precious Trump. You know what I mean? And he has more influence than Trump. You know what I mean? Because goddamn, listen, I'm sorry for being petty, y'all. I just couldn't resist. And I was stuck. When I saw that, Malcolm, I was stuck. I was like, that is the pettiest shit that I have ever seen. Woo! Boy, you can't fuck with them beehive. Don't fuck with them people.
And speaking of petty, I want to say that I believe that's another reason why people are coming for us and stuff like that, because I think it's because we aren't like sitting around crying and boo-hooing and in our feelings about it. It's just like, okay, and I could care less. And they want us to be upset. They want us to be like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. It's like, I think I told Greg the other day, it's like, it's 2025. We don't have to feel empathy for our oppressors. So
you do not. It is okay. Right.
Yeah,
it is okay.
It is incredibly okay. And I think the other side of it is that, you know, because everybody says like, I can't believe that he got killed for his beliefs. Well, his beliefs were shitty. And I think they realize now, like I think a lot of these people who love to say this kind of stuff are probably not going to be touring as much as they used to now, and are probably going to, you know, be a little bit more, make sure that like there is a lot of security around, because I mean, look at what happened with Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion is now going after the people who have been saying shit about her. I think people are just fed up of people just saying whatever it is they want to say and without any consequences. And people have felt emboldened to just be terrible individuals and human beings. And now they're saying, oh, now they're fighting back. Oh, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, you're supposed to let me say whatever I want to say.
Now, Mark, I need you. Hold on 1 second, Swag. I'm sorry, Mark. I need you to explain this comment of Malcolm likes toys. I don't know what that means.
About the box, the Happy Meals.
Oh, I was about to say. Oh. That's funny. It's very private and personal, sir. Very private and personal. Very private and personal. Welcome, Mr. Reggie Robinson. DC's in the building. A lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people do when she was a little more R&B. But the point here is she's petty. And don't fuck with the Beehive, because they are petty. Even in death, they are petty as fuck. Wow. And I don't think that's the thing that shocked me this week. I think that was one of the more things that have shocked me this week. And a story I forgot to cover in the Black News is more news out of Georgia. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. There's a woman here in Georgia running for state senate. And so she thought she would pass a construction site, Malcolm. And she thought it was, I'm going to win cool points with the people of Georgia, with the white people of Georgia, and I'm going to call ICE. 400 people arrested. And play it, Swag. This is what happened. Go ahead.
Was the one that reported 452 illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday near Savannah.
A woman who just went online bragging about being the reason 475 people were just arrested. It didn't go the way that you thought, did it? Because the way that you were so happy to share with the world voluntarily that you were the one that contacted ICE, that got that Hyundai plant that was in the middle of being constructed completely shut down, and over 400 people arrested, most of them being Koreans, which you seemed kind of confused about until you realized that Hyundai is owned by Koreans. And that the reason they had so many people from other countries here was because they knew they were going to have to train Americans to do this job. Because all of their instructions from Korea were in Korean. So they got approval to send people here to the United States to construct their massive facility in the way that you were like...
So, update on that beautiful story, Malcolm. Update.
Yeah.
Hyundai says, fuck y'all. They go into another state, and I think they're going to a blue state. I think they're going like to Illinois somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. This bitch, and she's losing the race, by the way. The governor is pissed at her I love this.
Yeah. This happening over. Yeah, you're right. In these red states, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. Because there are a lot of manufacturing plants from places like you said, South Korea. I know that what is that? Samsung. They have a plant in South Carolina. It had the same sort of deal. They were making washing machines and stuff like that.
Right.
Same
But
deal.
the people of South Carolina are smart enough to leave them alone. You know what I mean? Like,
are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? I don't know if they are, because
no,
they
good. Though, like
they would do the same thing.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily like an individual calling them, but the people from the federal government are trying to get as many arrests as possible to pad their numbers. They have these, from on high from the president to get as many arrests as possible, and they're not caring about what happens to local governments until they fight back or say something. Yeah,
they don't. Oh, and I heard this statistic the other day. I hate to keep going back to Kirk, but they were saying that the FBI has redeployed some of their agents who were assigned to domestic terrorism over to immigration. So they're saying that, like, it's possible that had they not done that, it might have been possible that they might have stopped Kirk from being, killed. But because they're so willing to just, like, it's all about immigration now, it's all about immigration, that they redeploy FBI agents to try to
they don't have the manpower. They don't have the manpower. The same thing about, and I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all want to cheat on y'all taxes and not file, now is the time. They don't have enough people.
You're right, though. They pull people from the IRS to ICE as well. But what's funny is that, like, even if it wouldn't have individually stopped this particular assassination, the fact that political violence seems to be on the rise.
Yes.
Whether it be from the left or the right, the fact that you're pulling people away from that division is absolute malpractice. Like, it's just makes no fucking sense.
It is.
Yeah. Mr. McGill, his words. It's good to have gun deaths now again, so people can enforce. We and he got his wish. Absolutely. And Mark, it is sad, brother. It is very sad. But you know what? We're gonna keep on living, laughing, and loving as we do. And here at M3, we definitely like to laugh. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's start laughing. Fuck it, because I need to laugh. Go ahead. You want to hit the first video?
You want to do that, or you want to do the rewind?
Oh shit! I forgot about the rewind. Fuck! I'm slow. My bad. Ladies and gentlemen, my second favorite segment is the weekly rewind. In case you all missed it, the weekly rewind. Let's go. Sorry.
Not twice as many tomatoes, but we are going to look at the casting list that they have made for us. Look,
do we have to?
Yes, we have to. So this is the official casting of Street Fighter, the new movie coming out. Here we go. Okay, wait. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna do this in segments. Okay, so Andrew Koji as Ryu. Now, Catalina Lang as Chun-Li. Not too familiar with her acting. Okay. You know what? This works for me. This works for me because remember, Blanca is nothing but a green animal that does electricity, rolls up into a ball, and kicks people with flips and stuff. So I mean, you don't have to do too much dialogue, which Jason Momoa does not need to do with too much dialogue in his movies. I'm just kidding. Okay. Okay.
Chop.
So
3.
So
James, stop. Just stop. Now this This right here, this bullshit right the fuck here.
No, he only looked good when he got his back turned. His back turn and Akuma's back turn, he looked like it. You know what I'm saying? But
well, you can't act with your back turned 90% of the movie.
Okay, you know, I don't know who he is.
Chop.
Wait.
I don't know.
Why they get that picture of Ken on the bottom? That's a ass picture.
Because I don't know who he
What
is
the
either. He's actually a country singer. The thing about it is that he is Latin, but he's also a country singer. So I don't know.
Like Zorro and sings.
Now he does. Okay, so wait. I don't know this person's acting, but he does look like Bison. I mean, if you mess him up. Okay, another wrestler. At first, I wasn't really sure if he was going to be Guile, but then they confirmed
they got the blonde hair.
Yeah.
And you can get access to the VIP group too. But anyway, Sammy posted this question, so I thought, you know what, let's bring it to the group because there were a couple people who answered it, but I want to see what y'all's take on it. So here's this question for the group. You are on the sex chats and a guy recognizes you from working at the bathhouse. Well, not all of us worked at the bathhouse, so you know, just imagine that you did, okay? So over 20 years ago, he says he remembers you fucking him good, goes on about how good your dick felt going down his throat and ass. Here's the kicker. You can't recall ever fucking him. He wants another go around. Do you or would you give him some more of what he's been raving about?
No. It is that is an interesting one because I've had that happen. Not from the bathhouse, but just like one of those like Instagram DMs.
Right.
And it did take me a while to remember who this person was. And I mean, the truth is, I would just take them at their word as who they are here and now. Are they hot? And in this regard, they were. And I was just like, yeah, if I back then, I was like, yeah. But it did disturb me when I did the math about when he said we have fucked around. Because he was way younger back in the day than he said he was back then. You know what I mean? And I was like, ooh, that's a problem. Because he's a big dude, you know, like sometimes a big dude, you know, they look older than they are. And I was just like, oh, yeah, I should have checked or something.
Yeah, you should
have. But anyway.
Carter next.
For me,
yes.
If it was great, I would remember it. The fact that you remember it, but I don't, tells me that it was probably a pity fuck. And
and you know what you just made me think about? That was an episode of the Golden Girls where this guy said that he knew Rose, and Rose had no idea who this guy was. She was trying to remember who he was.
And then when she did, it was awful.
When she kissed him, she's like, oh, now I remember him. He was a bad kisser then, and he's a bad kisser now. So
yeah.
It's that flat, you know, whatever. So let's go ahead and watch this beautiful video.
Yeah, this one is interesting. Let's get your take on it.
You can't be mad at the performative male because we're doing exactly what you said do. I'm dressing for the female gaze. I'm reading female feminist literature. I'm talking about my emotions. I'm in therapy. I'm drinking the matchas. Okay, I'm natural wine. What else? Just tell me what else. Because to say it's inauthentic is 100% true. I wouldn't be doing none of this if I didn't want a woman. So just I'm reading my lines. I'm learning the script. I will do it. I would rather be with you than be myself. You think I just bought a box spring because I wanted a box spring? I'd be sleeping on the ground. The plants are mine. Those are for me. I like my plants. But the fact that I have so many of them is really just trying to demonstrate that I know how to take care of something. Like, give us the credit for doing the performance, and then we'll be good. We can even perform better.
Are we sure he wants a woman?
I'm
That's
sure.
the first question America wants to know. And the second one is, I just have never been through that. All of that. So you take me as all my shit in my house looks like me, and it's because of me. I don't do shit for the sake of getting no pussy. It's just, if you don't want to give up the tail, don't worry about it. We good.
I think what's funny, like if we could take it into politics, I'll give you one that many people said about Hillary Clinton, you know, and I remember saying that she is trying to get your vote. You know, we know that it's inauthentic, but she's saying like, hey, I'm cool with black people, you know, because there was this one awkward moment that I remember feeling very cringe about, where, you know, someone asked her if she carried hot sauce in her purse because of Beyonce's.
But she might.
But she said she's like, yeah, I like hot sauce. Like, you know, it was just,
I got some in my
they were
bag,
clowning her. Yeah, something like that.
But but soon as she found out that Beyonce was talking about a bad, so
Oh, there you go.
What happened?
Sorry.
Did we? Oh, we lost Malcolm. That's what happened.
My bad.
Oh, okay. Oh, come back. No, I don't know much about Street Fighter, so I don't know. I guess
it's a
I like
video
Jason
game.
Momoa. Yeah, I know that
There's
much, but
reaction about who they have.
Oh, the
starring.
casting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have.
I don't know any actors nowadays. You know, like.
Well, I know Jason Momoa. And
Yeah, that's about it.
50 Cent, Cody Rhodes.
I know. Yeah, I know Cody Rhodes too, and I know the country music singer. He's actually not, and he's a homosexual. So,
well, for the role he's playing, that actually
works.
kind of fits him because the character in that game is kind of effeminate. So
yeah.
Oh yes, and so if you ever get a chance, his music is kind of good, and it's amazing. And it's amazing that they haven't shut him out of country music. He's becoming huge.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and he started off wearing a mask because he didn't want to get beat up, and
continues
now
to wear
they're
masks.
yes,
Right.
and he's like, fuck it, you know, but
Yeah,
he's
so
selling
interesting that
records.
the character he's playing also wears a mask, so it's like, will he take it off? I don't know.
No, he will not, and he already said he will not take it off because he don't want his. You know, white people are crazy AF. White people are crazy AF. So yeah, what do we think about the hand has come to feed me? I'm sorry, y'all. What do we think about performative?
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, a lot of people will only do something because they're just trying to, you know, it's like, hey, I'm doing this because I want to be with you, and look what I can do. You know, I can do this, I can do that. You know, but I did find it funny that he said, like, you think I want to sleep on a box spring? I sleep on the floor.
I thought it could have been a gag because he, you know, from what I know about this guy, he's very crunchy, if that's the word I would use. He feels like the type of person who would do all those things naturally. So on some level, I feel like he was joking, but at the same time, he's making a point in the sense that
Michael, what is crunchy?
Crunchy is like the person who uses all natural deodorants, you know, and they don't use anything with preservatives. And I call them crunchy because they eat all cereals that are dehydrated. And, you know,
wow,
everything is
no
like
artificial anything, no preservatives. Yeah, They wear Birkenstocks, you know.
Hey, I have a pair of Birkenstocks. Relax.
No, not a pair. They wear Birkenstocks.
I know it.
Right. All their clothes are cotton or burlap.
Yes, and hand
They don't wear
woven
any
and
synthetic
you
fibers.
know,
Did you say
all
fucking burlap?
conflict free. Yeah,
Conflict free. Damn,
yeah.
So I had a friend of mine. We had a conversation just when I got home yesterday. It was just, and the conversation was, how do you know something is range free? They could just be telling you that. You know what I mean? Like fuck them. Do they like? I want to see video. Did y'all this motherfucker really?
So the
I
thing
don't
is,
know.
like certain
As much as it
terms-
cost.
certain terms are regulated, but the regulations are so lax that yeah, you're right. That what they call range free or cage free would be like not that big an upgrade. Like certain like caged like chickens or whatever, they literally cannot move. Like they
Right.
just but
And
the cage free ones are just like a little bit better. Like they can turn around, they can do a 360 in their cage.
But it is the fact that like we do live in a society where people are going around talking about, oh, is this gluten free? Is this GMO free? Is this free range egg? It's like everything has to be like, organic or whatever. Just like if they tell you it is, I mean, do you really know? You don't really know.
Well, certain things, like I said, are regulated. It depends. But then you have to.
Well, that's true. But I'm just saying that.
But
we live in
regulations
a society where they will ask that question, and somebody could just say like, yeah, it is," and they go ahead and do it. So, yeah.
Yo, that shit is crazy. I'm like, I want proof. I want video of my chicken being free. The shit is like 2 or 3 times.
It has a QR code. Listen, you had to scan the code to see the life of the chicken before.
Right, exactly. Because see, what happens is, motherfucker, you paying 2 or 3 times more for that range free. I want to know this motherfucker was home on the range free. That's what I want to know.
You want to know that he got Ginsu massages every night before they went to bed.
Bark, nigga, bark.
It costs twice as much just simply because they give him twice as much space, so that means the coop can hold half as many, and that's why it costs
right.
No, Swag, I saved George for last because that has happened to me. It has happened to me.
Wait a minute.
Dramatic.
And yo, so in case you just tuning in, the thing was that the person was confronted by someone allegedly that they had sex with previously, and the guy said it was so good, can I have it again? But the guy didn't remember having coitus with the person. So now I did not remember, right? And I did not take them up on their offer.
Oh, well.
It's like, no. But I was flattered. I was like, well, thank you so much. And I really was flattered. Because, that's kind of your calling card in the gay community. You leave behind some good sex, you know what I mean? Because they're going to talk to their homie and be like, yeah, that nigga fucked me to pieces.
So afterwards, do you just not remember them at all? Or
no, it was so long ago, bro. It was like 4 or 5 states ago, 12 jobs ago. I mean, because he knew like details. Used to work over here, used to live over there. I was like,
was he right about the details?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So then it must have been trash. The sex must not have been good for you then if you didn't remember it. Because that's what John.
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm going to have to take John to task on
that. It was good.
Well, I'm going to have to take John to task on that because not necessarily. I mean, it could have been.
I'm saying that because I was thinking that I don't know how John's mind works.
Yeah, I do. Go ahead.
But that must mean in my head that you so rarely have good sex that if it was good, you'd remember. Because I have good in my 20s. I'm just saying, 20 years ago, I was having good sex every fucking weekend. You know,
because you were 20. I think
know.
the definition
so like I
of
don't
good
remember
sex
that
changes.
It was one big ass blur of.
There
what
you
are
go.
we talking about? Like I don't remember none of that.
Right.
And on God, I'm old. So you're talking about two decades ago, and you remember you like the socks I had, right? You remember the socks I had on. Well, good for you. I'm glad Joe Ginkelchen.
You do have a good memory though, because like I am enamored by like your ability. Like Greg will hear a song and he'll know exactly where he was when he first heard it.
Yes, I do.
The year, he'll remember what he was wearing.
Oh my God, I normally do. Right. You are
and I'm always like so shocked because like I'm like, how do you remember that stuff? He's just like, it was a good song, and I just was like,
that could be a specific thing about music, though.
It is for me, because if he told me, okay, I shouldn't say this live on TV, but fuck it. Like, I remember what I was doing when I first heard Nina Simone's Nando Kita Pop, and I was making love. And I remember the person, and I remember the emotion. It was somebody I was dating, so I remember the emotion. I remember, stopping and was like, "This is so beautiful," and this moment is so beautiful. And I remember that. And I always remember them when I hear the song. I do not. That is not my first thought. My first thought is generally the emotion that Nina gave me when I, so usually Malcolm is right if I can attach it to music or a movie memory. Like I will never forget. Yeah, I will never forget how I disliked Jaws, and I will never forget sitting between you and Bubby. I will never ever forget that. We could be 180. Seriously, Malcolm. Yeah.
You know what's so funny is that a friend of my mom's came to visit her for her birthday, and I mentioned to her that you went to go see Jaws.
Yeah.
She saw Jaws as one of those movies that imprinted in her mind for being amazing, because I think for one, she went to go see it when she was a teenager.
Right, so it was at the height of the.
Yeah. It was one of the first summer movies, and so like I just think it's hilarious. Like, it didn't age well. Honestly, I've never saw Jaws either, so I don't know.
Right, and I will never forget. I mean, because I also something happened to me. Those who don't know, I fell a little bit ago, and I was able, because I love sitting at the top of the theater. I was able to go to the top of the theater and come back down safely. And I will always connect that memory to going up all those goddamn steps and coming down those goddamn steps and sitting between Swag and Bubby and thinking, like, this is
that's so funny. I've never seen Jaws. I was not surprised when you said that. Like, I kind of figured.
Bro, don't strain yourself. Don't.
No,
if it's on TV one night and you.
I'm not gonna see it. I already know.
Yeah, don't waste. Don't waste. And because it just doesn't. And not saying that.
No, I get what it is.
It's not one of those things that, but it just did not.
I'm just saying. Like, I understand what it is and what it did.
And exactly, Malcolm, what it is. You know what it is. Totally. It's just a remake of The Old Man in the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's a retelling of, and the thing is, and of course, The Old Man in the Sea or Moby Dick. It's a merging of the two, and Jaws is the, is the nemesis, is the killer. And so as an old person now, I've read Old Man in the Sea, and
it's a good book too.
Yeah, it is, and it's very balancing. And I will never forget the smell of the theater, the passing of, because another friend of ours sits at the end, passed the popcorn and made us eat it. And so I try not to eat salty foods. So I remember the popcorn being very salty and the movie not being very good. But I remember leaning over to either one of them on either side of me and making jokes and making everybody laugh. Because the movie did not entertain me. And I decided to myself, I would create my own.
What I am going to remember is the scene where
under the water,
under the water, and then there was like a jump scare, which caused Todd to jump, which caused Greg to jump, which caused me to jump.
Right, because it was like a chain reaction. Because I was not scared. Right. This sucks. And then it was like Bubby was like, oh, and I was like, what the fuck?
Todd is very reactive. He
shout out to Bubby. So that's what I always remember. So I don't know, but I do have a good memory. But and there are sexual acts and people that I remember. Just because it may have been the first time doing that particular thing, or like, God, I shouldn't say this either. But real quick, when I went home to Richmond a few years ago, this guy, and we were just hookups. We were just hookup buddies. He worked at the grocery store. I'm like, why is his old ass working at the grocery store? Anyway, he was the cashier. And I was so presumptive to say, oh, this is your part-time job. He's like, no, this is my full-time job. And I was like, when did he become such a nasty queen? But I also remembered how good his sex was. And he remembered, too, because he was like, I get off at 5. I was like, well, good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
That's funny.
Good for you, buddy. 5 o'clock. Good for you. I love it. I love that for you. I love that for you. Oh, we'll join each one of those shows here on this very network. M3, that was the weekly rewind. Swag, again, 7 p.m. Tuesday nights. And he will trigger you with thought-provoking or stomach-turning content. Depends on where you are, who you are, what you're doing. No. And it was interesting because this week it was just me and Malcolm, and it reminded me of Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this Wednesday, 7 p.m. passed. It was just he and I was at the control panel, and I never looked so good. I never looked so good.
In for like 30 minutes, but
but I never looked so good. I'll tell you.
And you was having fun pressing the buttons on your.
Listen,
him and Todd is like buttons.
I don't know what it is that I don't know what kind of lights that man. Like I can go by the same in lights.
Yeah,
something about that man's office. Something about those lights. Anyway, so tune in to Malcolm on the Wednesday night, 7 p.m. The magical M3 hour at 7 p.m. Wednesday nights, and you can also catch him in the blogosphere on M3 presents the Bearcast. Every Friday, new episodes drop, and you can catch any back episodes that one may have missed in the past. On Thursday nights, you can catch the Thursday Throwback, where we put together things that you may have missed in the past until Cream Diggler gets back for the Diggler Digest. Speaking of Cream Diggler, hopefully this Friday we'll be able to run our first episode of Two Grooms in a Pod.
Actually, we ran it yesterday.
We did?
Yes,
oh, look at me not knowing shit. Look at that. Greg Drayton out of the loop. What do you think? So join us Fridays when we run. What time are we running that, by the way?
At the magical hour, 7 o'clock.
At the again at the M3 magical hour, 7 p.m. We're running Cream Diggler and his husband Shannon, Two Grooms in a Pod. So fortunate to be able to rerun that and enjoy that. So good, so delicious. Saturdays, I'll be right back here for Saturday. Sit down, sit your booty down, get your cup of coffee. Join me. Hopefully, God will take it easy on us this weekend. The news won't be so exciting, or gut wrenching, or stomach turning, or eye opening, or hopefully it's just President Taco Tits saying stupid stuff. So we'll see. He's quite the asshole lately. Sundays there is Devon 5. Is it 5:30? I'm sorry, 5 p.m.
5 o'clock.
Oh, damn it.
5:15 more like, but I'm gonna be
Oh,
real. They running late all the time.
Father Jason.
Father Jason. Right. Join in Patreon because I'm gonna talk shit about Devon. I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna talk shit about the baby because I went looking through some of their episodes are long. And Swag had told me the episodes. I was like, they gonna have to cut that down.
But I mean, they really do have like a lot of stuff that they like to cover, and so
Right.
I get it, but they're gonna have to. Yeah, they're gonna have to bring.
But see, that makes it where we don't have to deal with it, right? And I remember, and people love it.
Save it.
But yes, and I thinking about this.
Save
If you're a patron, I'm gonna drop something in the VIP room. I know it's distasteful, but I kind of want to share this with someone.
No, don't do it then.
Yes.
Right. So we're at the point of this.
Not a Patreon member.
Thank you.
Join Patreon.
Can I have the song?
You can.
Don't blame me for this. But I'm disturbed by it, and I want someone else to be disturbed by it. So.
Oh no, I'm afraid to look now.
Well, well, fuck it. Do you have it? Can we download it and just run it in Patreon?
You can.
He put it in
the group.
Okay, we'll go get it, and then we're gonna tune in to Patreon again. But before we disturb you, we're gonna make you laugh. I got a couple of videos to go ahead, Swag. See what we got here.
Nichelle Nichols doesn't actually watch the show. So at the end of the first season, she's like, Star Trek is cool, whatever. I don't know if anybody watches it, but my dream is to be on Broadway. I want to sing. I want to dance. And she goes to Gene Roddenberry and she's like, hey, I'm going to go Broadway. So I'm done trekking. Please just take the weekend to think about it. And she's like, whatever, bitch. Fine. So that weekend, Nichelle Nichols goes to an NAACP fundraiser, and one of the organizers comes up to her and is like, hey, there's a guy here and he's your biggest fan and he really wants to meet you. And she's like, okay, cool, whatever, bring on the nerd. And she sees her fan and he's like, your show is the only show that I allow my 3 little children to stay up and watch. We love Star Trek. It's so good. And she's like, excuse me, are you Martin Luther King? And he's like, yes, I am Martin Luther King, and I'm a Trekkie. And she's like, me.
I love that.
That's
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ask me how I end up with my grand puppy. I am minding my business in my house, sipping on some coffee, and I hear all this barking in the backyard. I go in the backyard, and I catch that daggone son of mine running off. He did a drive-by drop-off. Dropped the dog off in the backyard and then hauled off before I could even tell him, no, you got to watch these kids. I ain't raised them to be like this. So all I know is this one is gassy. I thought it was me or I stepped in something. No, he gassy. That's about to cramp my style. So I can't have these tenderonis thinking it's me. So although I do smell like that after a little bit of cabbage. Just zooming around. Oh, Lord, to calm your nerves. This one is wound too tight. So I'm going to have to get you a little girlfriend. You have to get that out of your system.
I love her. She could not do anything wrong. How many more do we have? 1, 2, 3?
We got a couple more.
This is what a black person would say when they lost something and they think you got it. IKMSA JGUAWA. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, take the mic.
I know, mother. I know my ain't just got up and walked away.
Yo, you acting.
Come on.
I know my chance to get up and walk away.
Let's see. Next one is where is
Meet Scrub Nigga. He's the perfect YN for all of your scrubbing needs. Trying to get that stubborn stain off your plate? Scrub Nigga. Old dry food on your spoon? No way. Scrub Nigga.
Thank you, Bubby. Thank you, Bubby. Scrub Nigga.
I don't know if this one is funny or not, but this is the one you said you wanted to close the show out with about Carly Simon and
it's
Jack
not funny. So speaking of this, so I want to close the show on a positive note, on a racial harmony. So here we go.
Right. Am I the only one that didn't know the connection between Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Carly Simon and Jackie Robinson, the first black man to play in the MLB? Because this is a deep, interesting connection. In the 1950s, when Jackie Robinson was playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers, him and his family were living in a home in Queens. Him and his wife, Rachel, had their third child and they outgrew the home. So they said, all right, we'll sell our home and we'll move to a bigger place. Unfortunately for the Robinsons, it wasn't that simple. So they began looking for homes in the New York City area. They looked for homes in Port Chester, New York, Greenwich, Connecticut, and other surrounding towns. But anytime they found a home that they liked and they wanted to place an offer, all of a sudden that home became unavailable. As big as Jackie was, his fame was not bigger than the racial discrimination in the housing market during that time. A reporter from the Bridgeport Herald reached out to Rachel Robinson and wanted to interview her and do a story about their journey to buy a new home. In that article, Rachel talked about the difficulties of trying to buy a home because of racial discrimination and segregation. She was saying it was just as bad, or if not worse, than what they experienced in the South. Up top, you have Richard Simon and his wife Andrea Simon and their family. Richard is the founder of Simon & Schuster, which is a publishing company. The couple read the article on Rachel and her family, and Andrea Simon reached out to Rachel and said that she wanted to meet her. She asked her to meet in Stamford, Connecticut, and that's what happened. So when they met, Andrea took Rachel around the town and showed her all of the available properties. And during this time, they developed a bond and developed a friendship. Andrea also went around to different political and religious leaders and had conversations with them about making Stamford, Connecticut a more integrated city. Once the Robinsons found a plot of land that they liked, Andrea and Richard helped them with securing funding for that property. They also helped them find a contractor. Everything was secured. The only issue was the home was not going to be built for another 18 months. So Andrea and Richard offered to let the Robinsons stay with them, and that's exactly what they did. So the Robinsons and the Simons lived together for 18 months, all 7 children, including Carly, who was about 10 years old at the time, and she was Jackie Robinson's biggest fan. She used to go to the game. She was their unofficial mascot. The whole family would gather around the television to watch Jackie play whenever the games were televised. Once the home was built, the Robinsons moved into their new home, but they maintained an amazing bond and friendship with the Simons, and it lasted all the way until Robinson passed away and until the Simons passed away as well. And I think this is just a beautiful, amazing piece of history that everyone needs to know about. This is dope to me.
Yeah, that's cool.
And in case you don't remember, Carly Simon sings a song. I guess you think this song is about you, don't you? Yeah. Love you, Carly Simon. You know, some people are just born cool. She was born cool. All right, y'all. We reached that time of day. Come on over to Patreon. All right. Thank you. A huge audience today. We love y'all so much. And if give each other a hug. Hug a stranger. See how that works out. I mean, you might get a charge, but thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye.
Thanks for checking out this episode of The Saturday Sit Down with your host, the talented Mr. Drayton. Your one-stop shop for the best conversation that you don't want to miss. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share.